Hello everyone, can you see me? Come on, say yes. All right, good. I'm hoping everybody is awake. Otherwise, this is what we're going to do. Everybody knows a cat, right? Yes? And you know, have you ever seen a cat when it wakes up in the morning? It stretches its body. You people have been sitting for several hours. Probably you are tired, maybe you are sleepy, maybe you need to wake up. So we will do what a cat does. So everybody put your hands out in the front like this. Then put your hands back to the right, to left, down again, and go up. Meow! This is called the cat laughter. So everybody, let's try one more time. And people who are shy, especially those people. So up here, up, right, left, down, up, meow! I only heard my own meow. Come on, people, give me some more meows. Meow! A little louder, yes, okay. So I'm going to talk about laughter and breathing and innovation. So you heard that that's what I do. I invent products and develop new products. Almost every day you go through your life and you use one of my products, starting from glue stick. And if you look at the milk carton tomorrow morning, or a medication, you check to see the date. It's not expired, right? So that ink and the equipment, that's also made by me and my company in Framingham. But I'm going to talk about what is the connection between all of these things that we are trying to do. So first thing, let's do this. Everybody, take a deep breath. You know, when you get stressed out, people say, take a deep breath in. Oh, okay, good. And so take a deep breath and hold it in your lungs to the count of 5, which I will do the counting. And the end of count of 5, turn your lips into an O, like you're going to whistle, and then breathe out through the mouth, making the sound ho, till all the air is gone out. Can we do that? Say yes. Come on, say yes, everybody. People, wake up. I just did laughter with you. You should wake up. Okay, take a deep breath in, everybody. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Let's try one more time. I think you can do better than that. Everybody take a real deep breath. Open up those lungs. Take a deep breath in. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. You know, you remind me of little kids when you're still little, but remember when you were 4 or 5 or 6 and somebody said to do something and you felt shy and you covered your face like this, remember that? So I'll teach you shy laughter now. So everybody put your hands like this on your face, cover your face, then open your hands and say, ha 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 ha. Come on everyone, let's try one more time. Ha 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 ha. That's good. So we're talking about innovation. So laughter is part of innovation. And why innovation is so critical? Because everything we do, it relates to innovation. Whether we're talking to our parents, we're talking to our peers, we're talking to our friends, because nobody reacts the same way to the same situation on a daily basis. So we need to figure out how to convince other people to do the things that we want to do, or we want them to do. And that's part of innovation. And as you graduate, and as Marky was saying, thinking outside the box, as you graduate and you move out in the world, you'll have different situations where you'll be facing, and you have to constantly innovate. But how to get there? What to do? The first thing you need to do is clear your mind. And if your mind is clearer, mind will open up, it will accept more knowledge, it will accept more new facts, and it will absorb more information like a filter paper. So it will increase your brainwave activity. It will help you get rid of all that buzz. Everybody's always talking about the multitasking. Everybody knows about multitasking, yes? And what does multitasking do? It creates all this buzz in our mind all the time that we cannot focus on many of the things. So by doing some of the techniques that I'm going to talk to you about beyond laughter, you help get rid of that buzz, which will help you start to be more focused, have better performance, and you will improve your output as a result of that. That's what you want to do, right? So when we talk of new ideas or new products or new ways of doing things or new way of study, we think about brainstorming. How do we get new ideas? We do brainstorming. But in order to innovate, you don't have to be always inventive. You can be innovative. So you can build on things and find out where the people's pain point is. And if you solve that pain point, what happens when you have a pain about something, a certain part of the body, you take different type of medication. Similarly, if you find where people's pain is and you come up with a product, that's part of innovation. And we heard a lot about this Marquis was talking about thinking outside the box. How about for a change, think inside the box? Sometimes, no offense meant to you, Marquis, okay? Sometimes we are so busy thinking outside the box, we stop thinking altogether many times. But look all around you on an everyday basis. What are the problems? What are the issues? What is bothering you yourself? That's thinking inside the box. If you address those issues which are bothering you, you will come up with innovative solutions which can expand to other people, and that's when you start to go from inside the box to outside the box at that point. Because for some of us, thinking it outside the box is so tough. And we just keep on wondering, how are we going to start thinking outside the box? So we say, start by thinking inside the box. Look at your daily life. See how many things you address and how many things you can resolve and how many problems you can solve, which will help you become a better innovator and better problem solver. As you go out, you graduate, you go into the real world, and your bosses, everybody says, go solve this problem. That's what we have heard from various speakers. Solve this problem. And you have to find an innovative solution to solve that problem. That's what it's all about, solving those problems. How do we do that? We harness the power of the mind. And we think neutral. Everybody knows about think positive, yes, right? What is wrong with thinking positive all the time? Thinking positive is too stressful. When people say, think positive, think positive, think positive, we get stressed out as a result of that. And thinking negative is not good. So we say, think neutral. And when you think neutral, your mind calms down. And when your mind is calming down, and the calm mind is a happy mind, and a happy mind is a creative and innovative mind, which helps us to deal with all the situations we are facing it all the time. So thinking neutral helps us to start to focus our mind, which we can do through breathing. Remember in the beginning I said we breathe in this way, and then we did some laughter. Everybody remembers the laughter, the cat laughter and the shy laughter? So when you are laughing, yes. So when you are laughing, you cannot think of anything else because the mind starts to get focused. Similarly, the technique we take from laughter, which is the shortest form of meditation, is to get into actual meditation, thereby forcing our mind to focus. We heard just now about teenagers and rebellion. Mind is like that of a teenager. Mind is a teenager. So more you try to control it, the more it rebels. It wants to do different things. And that's why sometimes we are not able to focus. But by doing things, simple things like laughter and proper breathing, we are able to manage our mind and control it and bring it into focus, thereby helping us starting to be more productive and more innovative and more creative. So what we are going to do now, we'll just follow the picture. We will meditate for a few minutes. Everybody ready for that? Say yes. I want to hear yes. How about people at the back? Yes. People here? Everybody yes. All right. So just follow the picture. Put your hands like this. Your forefinger and your thumb. Put it together. Put on your knees. Your hands on your knees. Not your neighbor's knees. Your own knees, please. Okay? Making sure. Close your eyes and focus on your normal breathing. And don't open your eyes for a couple of minutes till I say so, because if you do, I'll be looking directly at you. Just relax for 2 minutes. Okay, open your eyes. So let me ask this question to somebody. How many fingers in a hand? Anyone? How many you say 5? Come and raise your hands. How many you say 4? Good. So we have 4 fingers and a thumb. And each finger and the thumb in our hand, they represent 5 elements of the universe. So when you put the position that I asked you, this is position of knowledge. So when you put your forefinger and the thumb together, or these fingers, or this, they send different signals to the brain. Try it. When you go after this conference today, go home, sit quietly, and put your hands like this. And see within 30 seconds, the signals traveling from the tips of your fingers all the way to your brain, thereby not only relaxing you, but giving you a different feeling altogether. So, just a simple touch that we did. What does it do? It gives us relaxation, gives us mental peace, better sleep, and better concentration and better memory. As students, that's what we need. All of you, we need that. And it also increases the IQ, creativity, and innovative way of thinking. Normally, people meditate for 20 minutes a day, and 20 minutes a day meditation is equivalent to 4 hours of sound sleep. Not a replacement for sleep, but it regenerates, re-energizes your body to the same level as if you have really gone to sleep for 4 hours. So when you get up from that, you're refreshed, and you're ready to go, and you're ready to move forward. And what it also does, and you are all students and faculty and everybody, whenever we create a team and we want to work together with people, we always want people who have good knowledge, skills, and abilities. But above all, the thing matters the most is the attitude. Sometimes people say, oh, he or she is wonderful, he has all the knowledge and skills, but her attitude is kind of borderline. And that's where we have to change the attitude, which comes through meditation, comes through laughter, and comes through the breathing exercises that I was sharing with you. So because you have all the skills, but if there's no will, no attitude, the result is nil. So what is the benefit of laughter? It gets rid of your stress, it gets rid of all the cobwebs in your mind, and helps you get the massage, internal massage, which you cannot get otherwise. Everybody can go and do the exercise, you can run, you can jog, you can do everything else. But to get the internal massage, you get through different types of laughter. So let's try one more laughter. So with all your neighbors, some of you know each other, some of you don't know each other. So turn to the left, turn to the right, shake hand with the person, give your name and say, my name is Sushil. Come on, everybody. Let's do that. Let's have a little better introduction. Now everybody is introduced. That's good. And this is what I was talking about earlier. When we run into a situation, in America, everybody says, let me go to mom. She will solve my problem. We say, managing of mind is the same thing as mom. So if you can manage your mind by focusing it in the present, as I said before, mind is like a teenager. It wants to rebel all the time. So you want to focus on the things at the present. It wants to think of the past. Oh, I wish I had done that. Or the future. Next month I'm going to do this. Next week I'm going to do that. How about thinking of it now? And you will be amazed if you focus your mind of thinking of now. It will help you achieve many more things as a result of that. So going back to how I connect these things. So I teach laughter. In all my classes, I am a professor at Suffolk University. All my classes begin with laughter. We do meditation for a couple of minutes. We do breathing exercises. And then we'll get into the actual class. I teach innovation and new product development, among other courses. But this is how we start the whole thing. So you people, as you go out in the world, as you go to college, and you start thinking of creating new products and making a lot of money and doing good things in the world, the first thing to do is, as soon as you have an idea of a new product, try to get a customer. Go talk to a customer. You don't have to sell, but by getting a customer involved, you will be able to save yourself a lot of heartache, lot of pain, and a lot of money. Just make a comparison between the two. $150,000 every 6 months, you can do it 2 times a year, whereas $2,000 per week, you go to the customer 52 times every week, you will have a brand new product, and with half the money that has been spent. So think about the math, think about the reality. So what are lessons of business? Some people think 2 plus 2. Everybody knows how much is 2 plus 2? 4. So this looks like a typo here, right? It's not a typo. The first 2 stands for time. The second 2 stands for money. So whenever you do a project, or you do a company, or you do a business, it generally takes twice as long and costs twice as much as you had thought originally. And return is generally half of what you thought originally, because we are so optimistic. So if you keep that formula in mind and move from there, you will be very successful. The relationship, growing up in India, I'm sure you know that by now, we spend a lot of time dealing with each other, developing relationships. And one of the ways to do that is by having a cup of tea. I say the cup of tea that never comes. It comes eventually, but we spend a lot of time saying, okay, the tea is coming, let's chat. Tea is coming, let's chat. And in this meantime, we keep on developing bonding with each other. And that leads to successful business. All of us always think about when somebody asks for a favor or we have to do something, what is in it for me? Next time, instead of saying, what is in it for me, say, how can I help? You will be amazed how your body releases all the tension so quickly. And you feel stress-free, and you're ready to help, and you benefit as a result of that. And my suggestion to you is innovate or suffocate, because most companies which don't innovate, they eventually suffocate and they disappear from the horizon. So moving forward, tomorrow morning when you get up, spend 5 minutes of doing nothing. Not meditation, this is a reflective time. Spend 5 minutes, think about all the things that happened the previous day, reflect on them, and then move forward from there. Pay attention to fitness, physical, emotional, spiritual, and mental. Meditate for 20 minutes every day. If anybody says they don't have 20 minutes for meditation, they are not focused on the right thing. Because 20 minutes of meditation will double up your productivity, your output, and your efficiency, and you'll be surprised how quickly some of these things you can do. Laugh. Laughing is a real serious matter. Everybody likes to laugh, yes? Yes. Everybody wants to do that. So this is what we're going to do. I'm keep on recommending think neutral, because think positive is too stressful and nothing lasts forever. So before we finish, let's do one more laughter with all of you, doing a high five. Everybody knows how to do high five. So do high five with your neighbor to the left and right and give a big laugh. One more time, little louder. So, in conclusion, I would say think neutral, meditate every day, laugh a lot, and let's say a bye laughter to everybody. Bye. Come on, everyone. Bye. Thank you very much.